All right, welcome back. Reasons for low voter turnout. All right, so we look at how many people vote. There's different ways to measure it. We can look at voter turnout as a percentage of registered voters, and that's what we're looking at here. Voter turnout is highest in presidential elections, and it's about 58% of the population voted in 2016. What you see below is voter turnout divided up by age groups, and so you can see the oldest voters voted the most, about 70% of them. The youngest voters down near just above 40%, so there's a pretty large difference. But if you notice how it goes up and then down, 2016, 2012, 2008, 2004, those are presidential election years, so you can see it's higher than the other years. Those are midterm elections. And we can see, though, that those numbers are low when compared to other Western democratic republics, which have much higher levels of voter turnout. So you can see this starting on the left. You have ones near 90%, Belgium and Sweden up over 80%. And then all the way down, you have there's the U.S., somewhere below 40%. Now, this is making a different measurement. This is looking at as a percentage of the voting age population. So now it's not saying 58% of all voters, registered voters. It's saying 40% of all people eligible or of age to be voters. And so that's why that number is even lower here. But either way, relatively speaking, the U.S. has low voter turnout. So we have a few different reasons for this, which we're going to go through the rest of this video. All right, one is the registration requirement. In the United States, you are required to register to vote. We take that for granted often, but some countries like Canada automatically register everybody to vote when they turn 18 or become the age that they need to be to vote. They are registered automatically by the government. In the United States, it's not that way. We must register to vote. We must update our registration when we move. We must make sure that our voter registration stays current. It is possible for it to expire. So if you didn't vote for a couple of elections, you might show up on election day and you aren't a registered voter anymore. That happens. So that is the number one main cause of low voter turnout, is believed to be the fact that you have to register yourself. So weekday elections also are a barrier or a cause for low voter turnout. We know that presidential elections and general elections are the Tuesday after the first Monday of November, like you can see in that calendar. And because they're on a Tuesday, well, most people work during the week or go to school, have jobs and commitments, and it can be difficult to get to the polling places to vote. So this is a cause for low turnout. There is no cost for not voting, except maybe you don't get this sticker that says I voted, but otherwise there is no penalty, there is no cost to bear if you choose not to vote. Additionally, there are many elections in the United States. So because of our federal system, we have elections, we have primary elections, we have general elections, we have state elections, federal elections, local elections. There are a ton of elections, so that's one reason. And then ballot fatigue, the idea that you don't just go and vote for just the president, you then have to vote for a whole bunch of other people and a bunch of other things. Oftentimes you're voting on amendments for your state and local governments. So there's a lot of things being voted on at one time. This causes something known as ballot fatigue. And so what we know is that many people don't finish voting. So we have people walk in, they start voting, and they stop before they get to the end of the ballot. And the way we know that is because fewer votes are cast for people that come at the end of the ballot than for races with people that are up higher on the ballot. Additionally, another problem can be low political efficacy, the idea that fewer people believe that elections actually matter and can do anything. So when people are discouraged, they are less likely to vote. And lastly, we have weakening political parties. So the parties, as they become weaker and less influential over their people, as people aren't so partisanly Republican or Democrat, that also will cause lower turnout, as independents or people not affiliated with parties are less likely to vote than those who are affiliated with parties. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button for me. This has been a LaMoney Production.